This was jackpot. RAF Pumas had come in from Baghdad International Airport.
30 minutes.
Steve!
Men formed up fresh from their quick battle orders. Up Larchwood 4. The Alpha was a farmhouse on the outskirts of Jusufia, an area of intense insurgent activity known as the Triangle of Death, an extremely dangerous area for coalition forces. After forcing an entry,
All right, lads, check your corners. Stairs clear.
gunfire rang out. The radio came alive. Contact! The call sign had taken casualties. Trauma packs were ripped open. Putting himself at the head of his men, Captain Ewan approached the building under covering fire. He and one of the blades lobbed in grenades. As they went in, 2 more were wounded. One by a bullet and the other by a grenade fragment. The captain's men killed one of the gunmen in the corridor. One of the SAS NCOs, already wounded, told his comrades he would go up the stairs to clear the roof. Waiting for him, the assault force, with 5 members wounded, now had to move to the business at hand. Shock of capture made it important to exploit that moment.
We know who you are. Tell us where the rest of your cell is.
5 of the defenders were dead, including 2 who had been wearing suicide vests. The soldiers moved through the house looking for intelligence. They recovered a great deal. Weapons, including 4 AK-47s and one that seemed in the torchlight to be an M4, a 5.56 assault rifle. Returning to the MSS after Larchwood 4, members of B Squadron had 5 men wounded that night, but fortunately none so seriously that they would be absent from duty for long. One thing already seemed clear to the members of B Squadron. The rifle they had captured looked suspiciously like one used by UKSF, and they were right. Subsequent analysis identified it as captured by AQI during an ill-fated SBS raid in 2003. Soon the product of Operation Larchwood 4 was being processed at Balad, which produced some stunning discoveries. Videos of al-Zarqawi,
الله أكبر!
والله لتهزمن أمريكا في العراق بسلاحها بعون الله تعالى. الله
تكبير! الله أكبر!
The only photographs of the Jordanian jihadist in circulation were very old. Here was fresh footage. In one scene, the gun leaning on the wall beside him was none other than the SBS weapon captured by B Squadron. It was clear evidence that the SAS had got Zarqawi's prized possessions and that they had been very close to the man himself. The American commanders were thrilled. This was jackpot. The intelligence picture was becoming clearer. It was around May 20th when Abu Haider finally revealed his bombshell that he was close to Sheikh al-Rahman, Zarqawi's religious advisor. Abu Haider knew where to find the Sheikh and the security routine he adopted when meeting his boss. Task Force Night operatives marked the Sheikh's location and surveillance got eyes on in Baghdad. They watched as he drove off in a small blue saloon. The job was handed over to the Americans because they wanted the kill. The Sheikh was being tracked from a predator in the Jok at Balad. The Sheikh drove to a remote farmhouse in Hibib. Reaching it in the early evening, a portly man in black appeared to greet Rahman.
Assalamu alaikum assalam. Wa alaikum assalam.
Those watching at Balad instantly recognized the figure from the video seized by the SAS. It was a portly stature al-Zarqawi.
The lead aircraft is going to engage in here momentarily with a 500-pound bomb on the target.
2 bombs dropped by an American F-16 strike home.
Troops from a regular unit nearby were the first on the scene. A sensitive site exploitation team went to work. Based on their intel, the Americans raided 17 places in Baghdad that very night, and the following day, the coalition announced its success to the world.
Zarqawi has met his end, and this violent man will never murder again.
President Bush noted that he had rung the crystal to congratulate him. This presidential reference marked the first acknowledgement by an official source that the Pentagon's classified Black Joint Special Forces Operations Command was centrally engaged in Iraq.